All right. I have another opportunity to use comments to teach, and so the Lord's encouraged me that I should do that. Let me show you something. Here's one that talks about anyone pushing pre-tribulation rapture is a false prophet. Okay. Well, let me show you what the calling away is, so everybody knows. Okay, we're going to go to Luke 21. Okay. Now, remember I told you, if you want to see the truth, I've said this 1,000 times now, you have to do what? You have to turn everything upside down. It's right here in the snare folder, or it's in the sheep folder, or it's in St. Peter's throne. If you want to know the truth, you have to turn things upside down because, watch this. So a snare is a trap that turns everything upside down, isn't it? Isn't that what a snare trap is? I've been over this repetitively, but I'm going to do it again. If you turn the virgin upside down, it's a dead sheep, like a snare. Get it? Because it turns this upside down. This is a snare. And when you turn it upside down, it's a dead sheep. Okay? Now, Jesus said, whatsoever man soweth, that must he also reap. I need to admonish this person, K. Smith. He said, I don't know if Kleck is or not, so I'm not accusing him, which is good. Good. But you're so very wrong here. Pre-tribulation rapture is a false prophet. It's called pre-wrath. Okay, the bride leaves. Listen. I'm going to try and help y'all understand something. I don't telecast it, but Revelation 3 is a letter to the angel of the church of Philadelphia. Let me show you real quick. Okay, Revelation 3. That angel is alive, by the way, at the time that this happens. And a letter to the angel, it's angelos. I want to show you. There you go, angelos. It means a messenger, especially an angel, by implication, a pastor. Okay? A letter to the angel of the church of Philadelphia, write these things that is holy, he that is true, 100% nylon. He that hath the key, Kleist, remember from Matthew 16? I have the key. I have the place. He who has the key of David, he that openeth and no man shutteth, and shutteth and no man openeth. Behold, I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door. Did y'all ever hear my testimony about how I got saved? I had to go out the back of a hotel and I had to go through a door that had an alarm that said alarm will sound. And no man can shut, for thou hast little strength, and hast kept the word of my patience, and hast not denied my name. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will keep you from the hour of temptation, which is the tribulation. Okay? Of putting to proof by experiment of good experience of evil, solicitation, discipline, provocation, adversity. This hour of temptation is the time, the season that everyone that says they're a Christian is going to be put to the test. I've already been through my test for 14 years. Okay? The hour of temptation shall which come upon all those that, upon all the world, to try them, to try to scrutinize and discipline, to go about to prove. So if you know all these people that say they're Christians, I've already gone through my trials for 14 years. To try them that dwell upon the earth. Okay? Behold, I come quickly, hold to what thou hast, so that no man may take thy crown. Him that overcometh, I will make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go out no more. And I will write upon him the name of my God, and the name of the city of my God, right there. The new Jerusalem. The new, fresh, new, white Jerusalem. Okay, right there. Which cometh down out of heaven from my God. Now let's go to Revelation 21. So the New Jerusalem leaves the earth. It's kept from the hour of temptation. I know because Michael, my brother, stepped up to me in the alley when I was awakened and said, "Pray with me, my brother." Why do you think he said that? I don't care if you believe it or not. I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the what? The holy city, the what? New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven. See what? And I saw the New Jerusalem right there. See it? Coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride, because the New Jerusalem is the bride. The bride leaves. I know because I met Michael in an alley. I was called to service. I was shown where death came from. I was told to, basically, I was used to back engineer death, and you go back to the garden, and the woman in Genesis 3 is the adulteress, because the serpent got pregnant by putting his seed in the adulteress, along with Adam putting his seed, creating the whole system that we live in, which is cannibalistic. That's why the first two kids were called Cain and Abel, cannibal. Okay? So I know a lot of people want to tell me what's what, but God have mercy on you. I mean, you don't get this kind of knowledge on your own, and you can't show people this kind of stuff on your own. So now let's go back to Luke. Okay, so, here's this guy trying to tell people that if anyone says there's pre-tribulation, is a false prophet. No, that's not correct. It's called pre-wrath. We're already in the tribulation, okay? But all hell's about to break loose. I mean, right now. I guarantee it. Then I'm going to show you something else here. So, here we go. Pre-tribulation. Here we go. Let me show you. Okay, so take heed yourselves that at any time your hearts become overcharged with surfeiting. I don't know if y'all know what surfeiting means. I do. It means overdoing anything. It means overeating, over drinking, over shopping, overdoing anything. And drunkenness and cares of this life, for that day shall come upon you unawares. For as a snare. What's a snare? What's a snare? A snare is a trap that turns you upside down. Remember, you reap what you sow. Satan sowed a snare for us, God's children, which I'm one of. And so now it's time to reap what he sowed, which is a snare, and everyone else that sows snares. Okay, so here we go. So as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the earth. Remember, back to Revelation 3. And here we go, Revelation 3. Okay. Behold, here we go. Because thou hast kept my word, I will keep you from the hour of temptation, which is the great tribulation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth reside. See? Okay, now watch. Here we go. And so it says, watch therefore and pray always that you may be accounted worthy to escape. And this is all I'm waiting for at this point in my life. A, we're going to do a multiple choice. Pray that you're accounted worthy to escape. A, some of these things that are coming on the earth. B, a lot of the things that are coming on the earth. C, most of the things. Or D, all these things that shall come to pass. So, how could you escape all these things that come to pass and stand before the Son of Man if you're supposed to go through it? That's not correct. Okay? Because when the snare comes, which turns everything upside down, if you already know about the snare, you're leaving because you've been converted, because you're not part of that snare anymore. You get it? So I've been showing you this, guys, for a long time. A lot of people say you're really redundant. I'm like, really? It's the most important thing on the planet to know this. That's why I can take a hieroglyph again. That's 1,300 years before Christ, and I can show you that if I turn the queen upside down, it's a dead sheep. How is it that I can show you an image of the Virgin from a calendar in 2002 is the same as something that's over 3,000 years older than the same thing? It's because I was called to do this. Let's have one more look at one more picture because I'd like to drive the point home. We're going to take one quick look at the most profound dead sheep again on the planet, and that's St. Peter's throne. Wasn't Peter crucified upside down? Did you know this is St. Peter's throne in the Vatican? It's called the throne of St. Peter's. See, I'm not lying to you. It's a big image of a dead sheep. And I'm just being honest. Who in the world could show you that that was a dead sheep? Except for one of God's messengers. One of the angels that got caught in the snare. I'm one of those angels that got caught in the snare. Okay? You see the sheep? See the sheep? Okay. Nobody on planet Earth could have shown you that except the Lord God through one of his messengers. Okay? And so you don't have to believe me. I really don't care. It doesn't matter. I know I'm going to be hated. Jesus was hated. He said if they would believe you, they would believe me, but they're not going to believe you anyway. And that's okay, but you can't argue with that. That's a dead sheep. You can't argue with that. That's a dead sheep. You can try and argue with that, but that's a dead sheep too. And Jesus told Peter, Peter, feed my sheep. And this is St. Peter's altar. I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? So anyway, you turn it upside down and it's a female reproductive system. And we've been over that a bunch of times. We're going to go over this part. Maybe not now, but this is just mind destroying. Anyway, but yeah. So anyone that says that anyone pushing pre-tribulation rapture is a false prophet, are you crazy? Have you ever read your Bible? Let's go back to Luke 21. Okay. There shall be signs in the sun, the moon, the stars, and the earth, distress of nations with perplexity in the sea and the waves roaring. Men's hearts failing them for fear and looking after those things which are coming on the earth. Where are they coming from? For the very powers of heaven will be shaken. They're coming from heaven. And then they shall see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. See, people keep thinking there's going to be all this tribulation and people, there's already people getting their heads cut off overseas, little kids. I could show you kids that, are being led to get their heads cut off. I've seen it. It's on the web. There's people dying all over the place for their faith right now. We're in the tribulation. It just hasn't taken off to the head cutting part here in the United States, but it's about to, I guarantee it. So when you see these things happening, you will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. Do you think that this is like after all this great tribulation? Is that what y'all think? Doesn't the Bible say they will be eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, just like the days of Noah, right up until the time Noah entered the ark, right? Well, do you think people are just going to be eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage while people's heads are rolling off? Do you? Business as usual? No. It's going to come as a snare, just like you said. A lot of people just don't understand that when they think the day of the Lord has to be just this one day as a snare. So when someone can come to me and bring me this kind of knowledge and then tell me I'm wrong, someone can come with this kind of power, or they can come with testimonies saying they've laid hands on people that are blind, or people that have incurable eye problems, or people that have cancer. And those are the testimonies I've given you from the witnesses, not from myself. The witnesses have come forward. The witnesses have said, yeah, Jonathan walked in and said that guy's going to draw a picture of him with the dead sheep, and he did. I don't come with just words. I come with the Lord's hand on me. You know what's really wild is I just said on this last video, it's really surprised me, by the way. I said, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the end has come. Yeah, see the dead sheep. I wonder, isn't that amazing that the Lord could let us see through this kind of darkness? That he would let me see that this altar is a big dead sheep. St. Peter's altar. What did Jesus tell Peter? Feed my sheep. Feed my sheep. I'm trying to feed the sheep. And when people come and leave hateful comments like this one right here, that call me a false prophet, yeah, this one, even if even one proficiency doesn't come to pass, what she should have wrote was prophecy. And so she's saying, so God lied to Kleck. So God told him it was going to happen. That's not at all. Let me show you a video, okay? Because people were saying that nonsense. So I made a video, or Clay did, proving it.
Remember the Hoover Dam thing? Everybody, there's a lot of people that said, you prophesied the Hoover Dam was going to be blown up on 11/11/11. Wrong. I did an entire video showing everybody before the dam broke that it could be that it could go on that day, but there's a possibility nothing at all would happen on that day. I'm going to say this so you understand it.
Look at the date, 11/07/2011.
I never said I guarantee you 11/11/11 is going to be the attack and the birthing of the New World Order. However, I truly believe 11/11/11 is going to be a very serious day. And
Now, I'm sitting there. Now, you should go watch this whole video. Go watch the whole thing. Do you know how many times before 11/11 I said, no? I mean, I think it's going to be like a bear going past a pot of honey. I don't think they can help it, but is it possible nothing happens? Absolutely. And then you have people like this, like Nettie, Nettie the veggie. I don't, I'm not going to be rude to her, but, let's look at her channel. She has 0 subscribers. She's contributed nothing except hatred, Nettie. So, anyway, God have mercy on Nettie. I mean, I'm not mad at her, but the Bible says, whoever has an ear, let him hear. And so all I can do is pray for those people because they just weren't meant to hear it. Um, I told you my name means Yahweh has given a messenger that rings the bell and gathers the church. So anyway, I'm going to keep ringing that bell because time's up. Time's here. I don't know if it's today, tomorrow, next week, but we have a president-elect that's going to come into office, and let me tell you what the results would be. We know Obama's birth certificate is fake, so if he comes into office and Joe Arpaio and Zulo have proven the birth certificate is fake, well, then everything Obama signed, any law, anything he signed is trash. So it will all be repealed, every single bit of it. Then they'll find out that the government's a bunch of rapists, a bunch of psychopathic, pedophilian, Satanist, rapist, murderers of little kids. And they're not going to let that happen because then they'll all be hung on the front lawn of the White House. So we're on a countdown right now. They just divided Jerusalem. Get it? Get it? They just divided it. The UN did. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, when people say this kind of stuff, that, just, that pre-trib is false prophet, you obviously know nothing about your Bible. I'm sorry, Case, but you don't. Um, you just really don't know, and I hope I'm talking to the right person. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, whoever it is that made that comment, I'll just leave it at that. Looks like it was Case Smith, or anyway. Let's see. Let me see here. I just want to make sure I don't want to call anybody out. He doesn't even understand what this is. Let me show you something. I'm just going to show you something very profound since we're here talking, okay? Let's look at Daniel 12, okay? Let me show you something. Most people would never know this. You'd have to know what I know to be able to even figure this out. You'd have to know who I know, and you'd have to have been called. Okay, Daniel 12, okay. And at that time shall Michael, that's who I met in the alley, shall stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble. That's the great tribulation. But Michael's going to stand up, and there's going to be a time of trouble as was never seen since there was a nation, even into that time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, okay? Here it is, thy people shall be delivered. Everyone that shall be written in the book, okay? Now, let me show you what that means. Watch. There shall be a time of trouble. Okay, before I show you what that word trouble means, I'm going to show you a picture. Okay, that's the female reproductive system right there. It's a dead sheep. But I'm going to show you another picture. Remember the virgin? Okay, well, when you turn the virgin upside down, the snare, the sheep got caught in the snare. There's the dead sheep. You see it? That female, see, that's the rival of God. That's mother goddess worship. And mother goddess worship is what kills the sheep. See? Mother goddess snare to the sheep. Mother goddess worship is a snare to the sheep. See it? Okay, because a snare turns everything upside down. So there's the dead sheep. There's the mother goddess. And let's go back to Daniel 12. There shall be a time of trouble as was never since there was a nation. Look, let me show you what the word trouble means. Oh my goodness, it means female rival. Oh my gosh, you mean like that female rival? Yes. Let me show you another word it says. It means affliction. See, and it means tribulation. It is the great tribulation. Trouble. So it means female rival. There's the female rival. It's the rival to the sheep. Kills God's children. And then it also means affliction. See right there, affliction. Well, let me show you another picture. Let's go back. Let me show you another picture. Remember, it says affliction. Okay, and so I'm going to go back to another folder, and I'm going to show you another picture. Here we go. Let's go to the sheep folder again. Okay, we're going to go to the sheep folder. So you're looking at Daniel 12. We're talking about the time of trouble. Okay, so there, you see the sheep? Look at the sheep. Wait, sorry. Let me just let it go back real quick. Oh, wow. Okay, you see the sheep right here? There's the sheep's eye. There's the sheep's eye. Nostril, tongue sticking out. The ears are on the sleeve of the shirt. See it? DNA in the middle. See it? Death. Oh, look what kind of shirt it is. It's an affliction shirt. Affliction clothing. See? Anyway, I'm not making this up. That's DNA right there. It's also an hourglass. And these things that are supposed to be pistols are really eyebrows on top of the eyes of the sheep. See that? And what kind of clothing line is it? It's the affliction clothing line. There shall be a time of affliction. See it? Affliction. And when you see the word affliction, dead sheep. See, there it is. This is a manifestation of the time you're living in, and I can see it. No problem. And then it's going to be a time of a female rival. Okay, there it is, female rival. And that is referring to the mother goddess that's taken over this whole planet, the queen of heaven. And there it is, and there's the mother goddess. There's the female rival right there. Boom. Shazam. And these guys are run by the female rival. See, there's the female rival. You turn the snare upside down. There's the dead sheep. Okay, have I driven it home? Okay. It is. I mean, you see it, right? There it is. This is the guy that could tell you that guy's going to draw a picture of me with the dead sheep on my face and be right. I mean, you know, I'm sure other people probably know better than I do. Let me show you a little. There's the Vatican, right? And you see the keyhole turns into a pregnant belly, and that pregnant belly is serpent skin. And here's a really neat drink that's out. You can go look it up, type it in Google Images. It's called Serpent's Bite, and look, it's got serpent skin, and see, it's a sperm. See the sperm right there? See the sperm? See? And the sperm has got eyes like, and it's got fangs like a serpent biting the apple. Apple infused. Come on. Okay. By the way, man, I've gotten some really sick comments I erased, but my goodness, there's some really crazy, hateful people. You know why? Because the Lord told me, you will be hated now, Jonathan. You know why? Because my testimony being delivered and the truth being delivered is what makes the enemy guilty. Because the testimony of a witness that has Christ in them is what puts them in the pit. And those demons know it, and they're scared. So they're going to lash out. That's what's going on. All right. Peace and grace. God bless you guys. Good night. And for the people that make the really nice comments, I'm really grateful to all y'all. You know, I'd mention everybody by name, but, you know, take a while. Anyway, here's another thing at the end of this video. we don't have our websites anymore. I told you they got shot down. Oh, there's a family that we're helping. They have 2 kids. They got hit with the tax levy. If anybody wants to jump in and help them, I'll leave a link on this video that, you know, you can jump in and help this final effort that I'm putting myself through. But I know that I'm done, but I don't even know if we'll get another website up. However, we will be sending out DVDs. We just did a giant batch of DVDs, and so, you know, if you want to get the truth out to people that you love and might be left behind, please don't send me 20 envelopes and tell me to send them all out. Please. You know, if you want, if, you know, some people send donations and ask for 10, 15 DVDs. We'll do that. We'll be glad to do that. We'll be glad to send you a free DVD. No problem. DVDs are free. No charge. We send them out free. If you want to donate to the cause, that's great. If you want to send out 20 DVDs, don't give me 20 envelopes. Just ask for 20 DVDs. If you want to put a donation in there to help cover the cost, that's great. And then I'll send them to you and you send them out, okay? Because I got so much to do already, okay? So, yep, the end of the world's here. Female rival right there. That's the home of the female rival right there. You're looking at it. Yeah, female rival. See, time of trouble. See, such as never was since there was a nation. Time of the female rival. And that's the home of the female rival, the serpent. Ta-da! Yeah. Anyway, all right. God bless you guys. Good night.